Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, All the Talks. My name is Goslove and I'm your host. And if this is your first time, I'm glad that you're here. And today we're gonna talk about the accusation that is brought against Jay-Z, accusing him of raping a 13-year-old back in 2000. So I'm gonna play you guys a little video and we're gonna talk about it. Let's get to it.
This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was sexually assaulted by both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000.
Okay, just off the jump, I have a question. 13-year-old at an after party back in 2000. So both men, I believe they are now in their 50s. So back in 2000, so they would have been maybe late 20s or early 30s. What is a 13-year-old doing at an after party with men this age in the first place? That is my first question.
In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?" He added,
in a way, I kind of agree with Jay-Z because I'm not saying that he's innocent by any means. I don't know if he did it or not, but for someone to bring such an allegation against you, that is not a matter of theft. That is not an accusation to take lightly. So going through a civil court, which pretty much they want some monetary settlement. So that is what Jay-Z is saying. This is like a tactic for them to blackmail him into giving them some money, quote unquote settlement. So that's why he was like, that he's not doing that. That whoever is accusing him of this, first of all, they said is a Jane Doe. Eventually, her identity is going to be revealed because there won't be a case without her being known. If you're getting accused, the least they can do is show you who is accusing you, right? But yeah, so it should be a criminal one, like to lock his ass up. Because if anybody at that age does anything to a freaking 13-year-old, they should be locked up. And that is what he's saying. Why are they trying to handle it in a civil way that requires him to pay them money for settlement instead of them, trying to lock him up like Diddy? But let's continue.
"My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people."
And I agree because I even saw already they're making fun of his daughters online. People are already making fun of them and telling them that their father is a rapist. This is not an accusation to take lightly. And being a man of his status, stuff like that is going to stick. So it just sucks for the children or for the daughter involved to be going through this. Whether or not he's innocent, she should not be going through that. She does not deserve to be going through that. That is just my opinion. So let's continue, guys.
Now, Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor. There's a lot to unpack here. Joey, I want to start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it. It's long. Where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
So based on the allegations, Jessica, good morning, good to see you. I think that it certainly could be. Why do I say that? Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement.
Yeah.
He has a family, and he
As
has a
he
lot
should.
to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because rape in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint, is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, raped her, and that, of course, the allegation is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors. And if true, right, you could pursue it criminally. Now, with respect to the evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right, more than 24 years ago. But in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, that this allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number 3, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old.
Am I missing something? So she went to this after party, she got raped, she left, went to a gas station, and she called her dad, who later on came and picked her up. What kind of parenting is that? If you allow your 13-year-old to go to a party with adults, what do you expect to happen? I'm not saying that they should do anything to her, but like, why would you as an adult, as a parent, why would you even let your 13-year-old go to parties like this? So to an extent, I blame the parents, because this is poor parenting. I don't care what anybody says, but this is poor parenting. You can't have a 13-year-old that you don't keep an eye on. I have a little brother and he is 12. So I can't even imagine someone his age, you know what I'm saying, in an environment like that. Whether there's good or bad stuff going on there, I just don't want my little brother there. Talk more of your own daughter who is 13 years old and you're letting him go to an event where there's gonna be adult alcohol and drugs, possibly. I don't know, something just don't add up.
Now removed her. So civil complaint, simply allegations, need to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and we'll see what happens, or if the DA looks and investigates.
So what happens now?
So what happens now is this is simply a civil complaint. And in a civil complaint, it goes through the technical legal process. Now, the distinction, Jessica, between civil and criminal, of course, is that civil is for monetary damages, right? The system can only reward you with money. There's allegations that this 13-year-old is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, suffered depression, etc. So now you go to fact-finding, right? Before that, just briefly, there was a demand letter sent. And a demand letter is a letter being sent by a lawyer saying, hey, I don't have to sue you. We can sit, we can mediate it. If we reach an agreement, it never sees the light of day. Jay-Z saying, I don't care about your demand letter. I look at it as blackmail. You want to sue me, sue me. You want to look at it criminally, look at it criminally, but it'll go through the fact-finding process. If a trial is necessary to determine the facts, that's what will happen, but it'll be deemed civil. No indication at this point as to whether or not any criminal investigation will ensue as a result of this.
Yeah, and Jay-Z came back incredibly forcefully against these allegations and really
those are heavy accusations. Anybody would. I would hope so, for the sake of yourself and your family, because he does have a little girl who is around the same age as, the potential victim was. So I can see why he would respond the way that he did,
That attorney as well for being, I'm paraphrasing here, but greedy, saying he's out to get money, and calling that letter essentially blackmail.
Yeah, and in addition to that, Jessica, also suing the attorney, saying he's intimidating him, harassing him, etc. Now, demand letters are not new. What lawyers do is they send them out as a matter of protocol and practice so that you can expedite the process. At the same time, there's certain ethical standards that you have to use, and you have to have a good faith factual belief that this is true. Now, you can argue this complaint was filed in October, right? Could have mentioned Jay-Z then. You didn't. Why? It was amended now to include him. Are the factual assertions true? Are they fact or fiction? Is it a money grab or not? All of that will be litigated in a court of law, but according to Jay-Z, this never happened, is pure fiction. It is a money grab, and he's fighting for his name, reputation, and certainly innocence and justice in his view, which is he didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, and you touched on point two that I wanted to ask you about, which was that this was an amendment to this already existing lawsuit. What are people to take away from that? The fact that they're coming back and adding to this now with this specific name?
Yeah, Jessica, so it depends. That's also common. You could amend lawsuits, right, as a matter of course, and you do, to include certain factual allegations. The interesting thing to me, in terms of your question and the takeaway, if you had this information about Jay-Z, it happened allegedly in September of 2000, why not include it in the original complaint? What happened between October and now that necessitated you putting in a question of credibility? Was he celebrity A, right, as was noted in the October complaint? Is this pure fiction? And what's interesting...
I agree. And they're talking about October. I'm more talking about since 2000. You've had, I'm not like victim blaming, but you had, 24 years? And all of a sudden, you're just now realizing that, oh, I was raped. 24 years later. I don't know. Something just seems off. But you guys, though, let me know what you think. Do you think there's a possibility that he did it? Or do you think this is a money grab tactic by the attorney? I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
The complaint is that is the lawyer tries to tie Jay-Z to Mr. Combs in so many ways, right? Birds of a feather is the argument that he's making. You can make that argument. You need the facts to sustain it. Let's see if they come up with any facts.
Yeah, because right now everything is allegedly. So right now nothing is set on stone. And until then, we're just gonna have to sit and see how this one plays out. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think though in the comment section. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in today. Until next time, before you head out, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, please. It's really gonna help me out. And I'll see you guys next time. One love, guys.